This is actually the project meeting for project number serial number 23, which is titled as 9-segment jointable red-green graph with 74HC595 and ULN 2803 for at least 2 feet length. What you have to do basically, this is, I have shared you the link as well. This is the website by which I am actually asking you. This is the same website I just shared with you, and let me just actually, I hope you can see my shared screen at present. This is being recorded as well. So this is that jointable display. Let me just click the link over here, which is it should be here if I'm not wrong. Yes, this one. 9-segment jointable red green graph over here. This is that one. Now, what is this actually? This is actually a red green graph over here. This is 10 segment over there. The voltage rating is 2.1 volts. This is 25 milliampere. And if you can see this one, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 segments overall. The down data is actually wrong. This is 9 segments. What you have to do over here, you have to connect it in series so that it actually becomes a length of 2 feet. Okay. So the first and foremost thing is this, that first of all you have to make this model. Okay. And to make a model, first of all you will have to buy this. So since you are working on this one, if the length of this piece is let me just assume it's approximately equal to maybe like 1 centimeter or 1 centimeter, I guess. And if you want to have a 2 feet length, so at least 10 of these or 12 of these are required. So just for example, you just take 10 of these, buy these 10 of these over here. So this is actually just going to be 550 rupees to you. And when you have done this, what you are going to do, you are going to arrange these in, first of all you will make a model. Okay. And when you have made the model, let me just do the work with you. And when you have made the model, a second, just let me actually share my screen with you. Actually, the screen actually just went a little haywire. The screen actually is working here. Okay, so I hope you can see this my pen screen over here. I'm using my mobile as a stylus pen. So what you are going to do, first of all, you will make the model in your LTM, just like you did it for your relay or your alphanumeric display or whatever. So when you have bought this, you are going to have some pin configuration over here. Actually, I don't have the pin configuration with me. So when you will get it, you will first of all put it in your breadboard and you will try to find out how this is going to be. Maybe even in fact just by a multimeter you can find out that which is anode and which is cathode, since there are 9 segments over there. So when you are going to connect them in series, okay, and since they are our vertical lines, if I just make it by some other color over here, I hope you are getting what I'm actually trying to do. So these are like 9 segments over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually this should be 8 and this should be 9. So they are going to repeat this 9 over here. Now, based on the pin configuration, since I am still not having the pin configuration with you, what you are going to do, this is the maybe the anode and this may be the cathode. So maybe for the anode there is just like 1 pin or 2 pin, and for the cathode, for each bar, since this is actually an LED diode actually, so you have like many cathode pins over here which will be coming out from over here. Now, since this is actually, if you see the name of this total all link, which I have shared with you also, this is actually a 9-segment jointable red-green graph. So on this one, you can actually control that what is the length of the overall. So you can actually display either red or green color on this one. So based on the nomenclature over here, that is the pin configuration, when you have done this, you are going to have like 2 cathodes over here. So what you are going to do over here, supposedly if you want to make the red color on, you will have some, maybe I can call it K1, and if you have like so you can take green color for the green color bar over there, and if you want to use the red color one, so there will be like many cathodes available and you can call it K2. Okay. Now when you have this K1 and K2, you have to connect this one with your ULN 2803, just like you have used up till now in your yellow dot matrix or anything else over there. Now ULN 2803, since you are going to connect 10 of these, and since 10 of these means that you are going to have 90 segments over there. So 90 segments mean that when you are going to have 90 segments over there, so 90 pins are required over here from this one. Now each ULN 2803 has an 8 pin input and 8 pin output. So this means that you are going to have approximately 10 or 12 of these ULN 2803s. Now ULN 2803, it's very difficult to have give them an input over here which is like this. Okay. Now what you are going to do, when you want to give a 90 pin input over here, you can't give a 90 pin input by some microcontrollers don't have any 90 pins available to you. Now what you are going to do, you are going to use another IC over here. That IC is called as written in the title, that is called as 74HC595. So what you are going to do, you are going to have like the same number of ICs just like the ULN 2803, that is 595. What this IC does, this IC is actually a serial to parallel converter. What this will do, it will take serially data in, and when it will take serial data in, it will make the data available as parallel output from this pin. So what you are going to do, there will be a clock pin just like the clock pin of your computer. If you have an idea that your computer has a clock also, and whenever you want to try to buy a processor or a computer, you always think on it that you want to have like 4 gigahertz or 3 gigahertz or 3.5 gigahertz clock over there, so it will run fast. So here I'm not talking about something gigahertz, I'm talking about something maybe kilohertz even just now, not even megahertz. So what is going to happen with this IC? Listen this very carefully. This is serial data in, just like the USB interface we normally use or the SATA hard disk which we normally use. There the data is not pushed inside serial parallel, it's pushed inside the device or the USB or any other serially, just like your mobile phone connection with any other device over there, it's serially. So what happens, let's we just give you an example. If there is a clock signal, this is that clock signal which is going from 0 to 5 volts, and this is that clock signals going on. Now what this IC will see, IC will see that during this first clock cycle, that is started from a pulse high and then a long down pulse over there, the serial data pin was at 0 volt. So what will happen, it will find out, okay, the first clock pulse has gone, so it was 0. Then afterwards during the second clock pulse, it will find out, okay, this is 1, so this was at 5 volts, so this means this is having a 1. And then maybe for the next 3 1, it remains at 0, so this is 0 0 0, and then for the next one it goes at 1. So what has happened now, in the 6 pulses, the IC has known that the data that has been input is 0 1 0 0 1. This is the binary data which has been input over there. Now in this way, if this can go to like 8 pulses, in this way, supposedly there was 0 0, another added for the 8 pulses over there, so let me just add 2 pulses more, and then afterward this was 0 0 over there. So in 8 clock pulses, an 8-bit data was input inside this IC, with this one as the least significant bit and this one as the most significant bit over there. Now what will happen, this IC will make that 8-bit data available at this pin, and this 8-bit data is going to be connected with the ULN 2803. So what has happened, by just 8 clock cycles you have given from something, a microcontroller, and you have put some data on this pin 0 1 0 1 1 0 whatever, and now that data which was actually 0 1 0 0 0 100, that is available over here at ULN 2803. And how many pins you use from your microcontroller? Just one clock pin and one serial pin. So just by 2 pins. Now this will take some time, not I'm talking about something seconds, it will be just very small time, something in milliseconds or something in microseconds. So this is the way by which this serial to parallel converter works. Now you may be wondering how this data will now be extended further, because here in this case you have ULN 2803 and there are like 12 of these, maybe 11 of these. Okay, so what will happen, each one of these ICs has a D out pin, and in this D out pin this data will be actually coming out. So if you are going to give a ninth clock pulse over here, this data will come out from this one and will go in the next IC. So again, now when 8 clock cycles will go, this will keep on shifting the data, this IC, and that IC will actually go on upward. So in this way, each IC will be having a D out pin, and out of that D out pin, you are going to put the data in the next one. So in this way, just by using two pins, which is the clock pin and the serial pin, you can input 90-bit data over here, and you can input it into the 74SC595 IC, which are connected with ULN2803. And certainly one thing very important, which may I have missed it over here, that this one, sorry about this one. So if you have this one, so there will be certainly some resistance also there. This is very important. There will be some resistance over here. Okay. Now, one thing, the first foremost thing, okay, since you are just like two groups over here and you are just alone over here with your member not coming on, I will have a personal messaging with you or whatever. So first thing first, please get the 10 modules over here, which are actually this 10 over here, so that you can actually first of all make the model. Okay. When you have made the model, attach 9 of them in series, or sorry, 10 of them in series, which will actually make it 2 feet. You will get it over there. Now, then next thing, put it on a breadboard and try to find out that which segment does what. Okay. Now this is going to be a tricky stuff. Maybe I can come online at some time and we can do this, because I don't have that segment with me, so I can't give you the data sheet of this one. But this is very easy, just like the yellow dot matrix that we have used. So you have to find out a data sheet yourself. Now, when you have done the data sheet, then the job is very easy. Then you just have to connect that one with ULN2803 over here, so that it can actually have the current sync over there. Okay, oh, sorry. One thing I have done it. The resistors are not going to be here. The resistances are going to be here. Sorry about it. I actually thought this is actually the connection over here. Sorry about it. Please rectify this thing. The resistances are not here. This is just a direct connection over here. So this is over here. Now, 74SC95 sorry, is a totally new IC, and this is not done by you up till now in this lab. So Sir Bilal has actually made a small tutorial on this one. You can ask him for this small tutorial. I've given you an idea how this IC works, but just for now, since you are actually just new on this IC, I will share just a data sheet with you also. This IC, which is actually 74SC595, it has some control pins. Now let me just give you an idea. What are those control pins? Sorry. The control pins are the clock pin. Just I told you, just a clock. Then there is D in, data in. Then there is a pin which is called as D out. Then there are 3 control pins over there. One is called as the master reset, MR. Just like any controller, just like you reset your computer, this IC also has a MR, master reset. Then there is a pin which is called as OE, output enable, because this IC, if you give it to this pin, you give it to ground, then all the outputs are available, the 8-pin outputs are available at this IC. And the last pin is actually the SHN shift register over here. Now, what you are going to do only, you just have to make this connection. The D out will be the next pin. So when you are talking about 595, D out of this one will be the D in of the next one, because you have to connect them in series. And all of the beta recording is started. Don't worry on this one. The recording has started. It is already being done. It's on my side. So don't worry on this one. So the clock D in over here, D in and D out are separate for each one of these pins. Clock, MR, OE and SHCN. Okay? Clock, MR, OE over here. This is clock, MR, OE and SH_CN. You have to just give mail headers at these 4 pins. Now, let me just open a 74SC595 data sheet in front of you. I will just share with you also. The data sheet is very simple, as you can see over here. The data sheet, as you can see, it's an 8-bit serial input or serial or parallel output shift register. Okay? You can shift the data. So what happens if I give you the data sheet over here? You can see the pin assignment. Again, this is available in SMD packaging also and DIP packaging also, but you are using the SMD packaging. You can see over here what is written. Pin number 8 is ground, already known to you. Pin number 16 is VCC, 5 volts connected. And then you can see over there, there is QA, QB, C, D, E, F, G, H. So each one of these IC, the least significant bit is QA and the most significant bit is QH. This is 8-bit data. Okay, and the pin which I was calling you as D out is in this data sheet called as SQH, that is serial QH out. One is QH, other one is SQH. This SQH is the same as D out over here. And if you see the other pins now, what are those other pins over here? The other pins are output enable, just as I told you, that will be just one pin. Then there is a latch clock. Now latch clock over here, let me just actually give an idea because this IC will be a little difficult for you. The other one is latch enable. This is the same pin which I was referring to, CN. And then there is a CLK pin which I told you, that is the shift clock which is written over here. And then I have an MR pin which is called as the reset pin over here. Okay, so you have all the data over here. And what is A pin? If you just scroll down over here, I guess the pin configuration is written over here. Let me just in the data sheet is actually written. Actually the data sheet is a little different from the one which I actually have given to the students. It's actually on some other page in this data sheet. You can find a lot of data sheets over there. A is the serial input. You can see over here, A is the serial input over here. So over here, as you can see, A is the D in over here. So you just have to put 4-pin header to give the data. Okay, so all the 74SC595 pins over here, they are just being controlled. So all clock pins of each 595, they are combined together. So what happens over here, if this is the first 595, this is the second 595, and this is the 10th 595, just like you required it, or maybe the 9th 595. So the clock pin of each one of them is going to be, sorry about this one. So the clock pin of each one of them is going to be combined, and this is going to be the clock pin. Or actually in the data sheet, this was the pin configuration which I told you before. This is the shift clock over there. This is the shift clock over there. So this is called as shift clock over there. Then there is an MR pin which is called as the master reset. So you are going to combine each one of them MR over there. So MR is going to be combined also. Similarly, there will be an output enable pin, as I just told you. So this will be output enable pin also combined together. So all the 74SC595, their pins which are over here. Let me go again on the pin configuration over here. The pin configuration, if I just go back on the data sheet. So output enable pin, latch clock, shift clock, and reset. These 4 pins are going to be connected with the mail header, and these 4 are combined for all the 10 pins that are, or 10 ICs. These are 74HC595 IC over here. Okay, so you have to just connect them with the controller over here, oh sorry, the controller. You just have to connect them with the ULN2803 IC, and here this register is going to be 1206 SMD register over here. Okay, now any questions, Jupiter? Any questions? Please write down in the conversation window that if any questions over there. I hope you have gone through this one. I have recorded this, whatever I have done, and 74SC595. If you have any questions, we can have a talk on this one just now. Please write down any questions in the conversation window. But the first thing that you have to do is actually to buy this 9 segment jointable red green graph over here. I don't know how you are from Lahore or maybe from Rawalpindi. This website I am telling you is actually a Rawalpindi based organization. So you can get 2 pieces of this one easily in 55 rupees. So you just need to buy 10. So when you get 10 out of it, this is actually the main quantities. The 55 rupees price is for 2 pieces. So you just need to buy like 5 of them. So this means only 250 or 260 rupees item.